Hi, this is Mike from Down Under. I want to show you my garden in southwest Victoria, Australia. I've picked a bad day, but unfortunately this is the only day I'm going to have before all the beautiful flowers turn to their wintertime ugly look. This is my Philadelphia. Doesn't look much, does it? But by golly, you want to be standing where I'm standing. The aroma from this Philadelphia is absolutely gorgeous. Planted that 10 years ago, and when I experienced the aroma that it fills the whole backyard with, I then planted about 3 more. There's one there, there's one over the fence there, you can just see the head of it. And there's another one, 4. Sorry to move the camera so fast then. So I just go around my garden, and this is a troublesome one I have. It's a Daphne, and for some reason it's just never gone well, and it hasn't flowered. Once. I did have a sister to it over here, and it was much better and did flower, but guess what, it died. So if you know any secrets in looking after Daphnes, let me know. Okay, I don't know what these plants are. They're just shrubs I saw at the nursery, so I bought them. And that one there had a lot of red, beautiful fruit there, and flower type things. Broom is what we call it. And it's all gone now. And then we move on to earlier this year. My wife was here. She's in the Philippines. Hopefully she'll be back to live here, if immigration allow it. But she took a few cuttings. They were only literally little twigs off the rose bush. I'll show you in a minute. And she put them in pots, and to tell you the truth, I thought they were all going to die, but golly gee, they all grew. Now some of them, as you can see, have got no flowers on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 altogether, and only 3 of them are flowered. But that one's flowered really well. So I guess it's got to do with the ground you put them in. Because when I transplanted them in this ground, I just scooped out a bit of dirt, threw it in there. No added nutrients or anything, just they've done what they've done completely on their own. And they all came from that beautiful rose bush there that's mixed in with that other flower. I forget what they call that. It's just taken over. That stuff takes over. You've got to cut it right back. It almost wrecked my roses. So that's here, and if I go further down, I got my fruit trees. That's my 2 citrus trees there, and in the middle of it is a pomegranate which grows heaps of fruit, but I just can't get the fruit big enough. Maybe I need to give it some nutrients to increase the size of the fruit. But these orange trees, I give them nothing and they just keep producing all year round. They fall off after summer and you think that's it till next summer, and then in the winter they produce another fruit. Unbelievable. God must live on those 2 trees. And past all this rubbish in my backyard, we come down to my pride and joy. Loquat, I call it loquat. You just call it loquat or loquat or something like that. Well, this tree has just gone like a rocket this year. We didn't get much off it at all last year, but this year there's got to be at least 200, maybe 500 fruits there. So I'm looking at this. They've got a taste that you just can't stop. They're like eating cashews, nuts, you know. Once you start eating cashews, you can't stop. Well, I can't either. Anyway, so that's what these are like. They're delicious. Got one there, and we've got one over the back down there, which is just behind that apple tree there, and it is it's fruiting very well too. Now the strange thing about this is that those apple trees and that loquat tree are really getting practically no sun. They're underneath the shade of all these gum trees, and they get very little sun. Through the 6 months of the year they get no sun at all. in the winter months, but they still keep producing well. And that's a peach tree, which I've had a lot of trouble with. It must like the sun, because it fruits okay, but the fruit don't get very big. But what I did is, from that fruit, I made some plants from the pips, and I've been pretty successful in growing those. I think out of 9 altogether, we got 7 successful, and out of that 7 successful, 5 of them grew very well, and a couple like this little one here just grew that big, and that's as big as it's going to get. Now here's a plant. It's a Japanese herb. If you can tell me what that is, I would be grateful. My ex-wife planted that, and it's from Vietnam. It's come in on the leaf. That's the leaf. And when my back is very painful, I can make a herbal tea out of that. Just screw it up and boil it for half an hour and drink the water, and it kills the pain in my back. I have no idea how, but it does. And come around here, I'll show a peach tree that's growing alright, better than that one at least. That's that one there. I would say that's growing twice as good, yeah? And there are others that are twice as high as that again, so I haven't done too bad. And this is my front yard. I don't care too much about that. That's all old stuff. Nothing new there. There is an apple tree just in the middle there. It grew, for the very first time, it grew 1 apple last year. I've had it 15 years. It's not very big, but I keep cutting it down. But for last year, it produced an apple. Just one apple. And it was delicious. Okay. This is videos in the name of my dear wife, Patricia, who's in the Philippines. And soon she'll be coming home here, I hope, to enjoy the fruits of her labour. I hope she leaves some for me. Bye.